And it's very few, even though there's a lot of people waking up, bringing out articles, bringing out world news and stuff like that, you know, even though it's a lot of people that's doing that, that's still a small amount of people compared to the masses, man. You know? So it's really here in America that they got that illusion, that matrix going, man. That everything's gonna be all right, man. But whereas in these third world countries, man, they know what's up, man. They know what's up, man. And they know that eventually, and not only do they know that's gonna happen, they want it to happen, that eventually this shit gonna come to America, man. And it's bound to happen, man, because once the American dollar bill crashed, man, that even though America's dollar is shitty, you know, the world still, the majority of the world still kind of deals with the dollar, you feel me? The majority of the world still deals with the American dollar, man, still deals with American currency. So when the American dollar bill crashes, man, that's gonna send the whole world into turmoil, man. That's why you got these different nations in Europe. You got China, these Asian nations. You got Russia. They trying to get away from the dollar, man, because they know that the time is coming that the dollar bill is gonna collapse, man.
Right.
And they know what the elite's trying to do. They know that the elite's trying to go in the Middle East and use America to go in the Middle East to set up their central banking system, so that when the economy crashes here in America, and you done took away these people's currency and resources, then it's gonna hit them hard, man. Then that prompts them to use America to go into World War III and to force a chip on everybody, man. God, they gonna use America and the EU, Europe to do that shit, man. And these other nations are becoming privy to that, so they're trying to get away from the system of America and Europe, man. They're trying to get away from that so that when it's happened, they got something to stand on, man.
If I can add, what the brother just said is exactly what's happening now. And I'm going to read you an article. This is from the Russian Insider. It says, goodbye petrodollar. Russia accepts yuan. It's now China's biggest oil partner. And what that means is that now when Russia decides to sell their oil, they're going to sell it in yuans. No more American dollars. All right? And that's just one. Then, let me just scroll all the way to the top, because this came out today. Iran, all right? Iran dumps dollar in foreign oil sales, okay? And it goes on and says, this is from Sputnik News, Iran has switched to euro in its foreign oil trade in a bid to cut reliance on the US dollar. After the removal of sanctions, Tehran would also want to recover euro from its previously frozen assets. Iran has turned away from the US dollar in oil trade and is dominating in euros all new and outstanding oil contracts with companies including French oil and gas giant Total, Spanish refiner, and so on. So what's that saying? That means that not only Iran, Russia, but even Europe is like, hey, we're going to do dealings now with Russia and Iran. Fuck America. So slowly but surely, all these other nations are looking at America like, you know, we're not going to use your American dollar anymore. We don't need it. We'll trade amongst ourselves. And that's going to be hyperinflation, because where those dollars are going to go to? They're going to come right back here to America, and that's when you're going to see your fucking bread and your milk 20, 30 bucks. That's called hyperinflation for you numbnuts that don't look into shit.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like you always mention, you see the oil prices dropping.
That's calm. Oil prices are dropping low. Only reason why the oil price is dropping low is because they're trying to throw a hedge against Russia and Iran, but that shit's backfiring. Because Russia, Iran, and China, they're working together now. They're saying fuck America and fuck the petrodollar. All right? And that's real talk. And it's out there in the news. It's just people don't want to sit down and take the time to do the research. They're too busy focusing on fuckboys like the football shit and fucking MTV and BET. And that's just what it is.
There's a precept on that in Isaiah, man. Isaiah chapter 5, 21.
I got it. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes. There's the book of Isaiah, chapter 5, verse 11. Woe unto them that rise up early in the morning, that they may follow strong drink, that continue until night, till wine inflamed them. Verse 12, and the harp and the viol, the tabret and pipe and wine are in their feasts. But they regard not the work of the Lord, neither consider the operation of his hands.
Right, man. So the Most High said, woe unto them that rise up early in the morning to follow after strong drink, man. And the wine and the tabret and the viol are in their feasts, man. What's that talking about? That's talking about these festivals. That's talking about these Super Bowls, man. All these festive events they got going on in America. BET, American Idol, man. They're focused on those things, but they regard not the operation of the Lord, man, or the works of his hand, man. They don't regard the Most High stirring up war in the Middle East, man. They don't regard that we in the last days and these prophecies coming to pass, man.
Right.
Okay? They don't regard that, man. So woe unto them, meaning that the Most High is going to let them be destroyed, man. Since they don't regard the Lord, man, the Most High is just going to let them go into their wickedness, man, and the Most High is going to get rid of them.
Right.
Okay? The Most High said if you reject knowledge, he also going to reject you.
Guns. Right. I got a precept real quickly. There's the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 9, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord.
Right, man. The Most High said that his people, the Israelites, are a rebellious people, man. People that lying children that will not regard the works of the Lord, man. So not only do they rebel against the Most High, but they lie about the Most High, man. They say that you don't have to keep the commandments, man. They say that the Most High did away with the law, man. When that's not true, man. They teach false doctrines. They teach false philosophers, man.
Guns. Right.
So the Most High calls them lying children, man. Children that will not regard the operations of the Lord, man. Keep going.
Verse 10, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things.
Right, man. So our people want to hear the prophets come out here and tell them something nice all the time, man. But really, we're not in the time period where nice things are gonna happen, man. They want to hear smooth things, man. But this is not the time for that, man. We're in the time where we're about to enter, or pretty much have already, in a sense, entered World War III, man.
That's right.
Okay? We're in a time period where there's gonna be famine globally, man. When there's gonna be pestilence globally, earthquakes, man, wars. That's the time that we're in, man. Martial law, economic collapse, man. That's all over the news, man. All on these news outlets, whether it be a local news, whether it be CNN, whether it be RT, or whether it be internet news outlets, man. It's all over the place, man.
Right.
Even on social media, man.
Right.
Even on your apps, on your iPhones, your smartphones, your Androids. It's everywhere, man. Our people don't want to regard that, man. And the Most High's having these things happen, not only to do judgment on the other nations, but really to be assigned to his people, man. Because the Most High said, blow ye a trumpet in Zion, man. Sound an alarm in my holy mountain, man.
Right.
So the Most High is doing that to warn his people so they can repent, okay? Come back to their nationality, believe on the Most High and his Son, okay? Call upon his name so that they may be delivered, man. But our people don't want to regard that. They don't want to count that as something important. Go ahead.
Prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things. Prophesy deceits. Verse 11, get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us.
Right, man. Our people don't want to hear what the scriptures got to say. They don't want to hear keep the commandments. They don't want to hear repent. They don't want to hear get right with the Most High, man. They want to say, they basically want us to be like them, man. Put the Bible down, man. The Bible ain't real, man. Don't believe in that. That's what they want. That's what they want, man. That's why people scoff so hard, man. When you bring out the Bible, that's why people scoff, and that's why they're against you so hard, because they want you to be like them, man. Because really, it's right or it's left, man. It's light or it's darkness, man. Okay? It's good or it's evil, man. So if you're against them, they see that as a threat to what they believe in, all right? And they want you to conform to their ways, man. But the Lord said, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your minds, man.
Verse 12, wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because he despised this word, and trusted oppression and perversiveness, and stared thereon.
The Lord said, because he despised the word, man. Our people despise They despise the word of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Ain't that a motherfucker, man? The Most High, who spoke, who commanded, and created everything, man. Come on, man. That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up, man. Y'all dealt treacherously with the Most High, man.
Brother, you saying despise that word. Wouldn't that word be Yahweh Shai?
That word will be Yahweh Shai too. They despise Yahweh Shai. They despise the words of the prophets because the Lord, Yahweh Shai said himself that he come in the volume of the books, man. So if you despise the Bible, you should despise Yahweh Shai. If you despise Yahweh Shai, despise the Bible. Simple as that, man. Oh, hold on. I'll bring that out again. There's a little bit more on that, man. A little bit more.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because he despised this word and trust in oppression.
That trust in oppression. They trust in the heathens, man. They trust in the shadow of Egypt, man. They trust in the oppressors, man. That's who our people trust in, man. Our people done lended the hand to the Egyptians and to the Assyrians, man.
I make an example. Flint, Michigan, with the lead poisoning. Y'all out there trying to protest and all that shit, and thinking that marching around is gonna make a change. Like they're literally trying to kill you. And y'all can't see that shit, man. Poisoning drinking supply, poisoning the tap water. I mean, come on. You can't get more oppression than that.
They go to the white man for everything, which is, I mean, that's the curses, man, you know? That we're gonna go into our enemies for want of all things. Ain't nothing you can do about that as long as we under the curses, man. Okay, but they trust in oppression, man. They trust in the oppressors, man. They trust in the political system voting, man. They trust in Planned Parenthood, which is responsible for the death of millions of our people, man. It's fucked up, man, and they stay there on, man. So not only do they trust on it, they know that they know it's fucked up, man. They know that it's oppression, but they stay with it, man. Because it's been like this as long as they can remember, and there's nothing that they know outside of it, man. So they don't trust in Yahweh Shai because they can't see him, man. They trust in the military might of Esau, man. They know that he has powers. They believe that he has power, which it is evident. But really, man, they believe in it so much that they don't want to believe in the scriptures, man. You know, which is fucked up, man. Which is totally wrong, man.
Con. And perversiveness and stayed thereon. Verse 13. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall.
Right. The Most High said that this iniquity shall be a breach, as a breach ready to fall unto you, man. So the same way that you would look at a wall that has a breach in it and the breach is about to burst open, the wall is about to fall on you, the same way that would happen is the same way that you're going to trust in your system and you're going to behold that this system is about to crash, and then before you know it, it's going to crash on you, man. The same system that you trusted in is the same system that's going to collapse on you and fuck you up, man. That's the same system that's going to fail you, man. Which the system was never meant to make you succeed anyway, man. There you go, man. The word system means trap, man. All right.
Just a little bit more. Swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant.
Shall come suddenly at an instant, man. Meaning that you're not going to be prepared for it, man. They're going to be, niggas talking about, oh, they're going to get guns and all that shit and yada yada, man. Y'all ain't going to be prepared for what the Lord about to bring up in this motherfucker, man.
Right.
Y'all ain't going to be prepared, man. Y'all not prepared at all, man. And you know what? The Most High set it up that way. Why? Because the Most High is sick and tired of his people making a long time to tarry to the Lord, man. So the Most High is going to put you in a situation where you're going to be so backed against the wall that you're going to have to rely on Yahweh Shai to deliver you out the shit that's going to happen, man. Okay? And then when that happens, that's basically going to be the ultimate system, the sifting season, the ultimate sifting season, where the Most High is going to sift the elect from amongst the rest of the nation, man. Okay?
Isaiah 1 and 3. The ox knoweth its owner, and the ass is master's crib.
Right, man. Two stubborn animals, man. Two stubborn animals, the ox and the ass, man. The donkey and the bull, man. Who don't listen, okay? You have to continually beat them, all right? You got to break them and all that, just so they could do what you want them to do, just so they could go the way you want them to know, man. They know they master. They know their master's crib. They know their owner. But what?
But Israel does not know.
Right, but Israel doth not know, man. Go ahead.
My people does not consider.
Right, man. The Lord's people does not consider, man. They don't consider Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. They don't consider that they got to keep these commandments, man. They don't consider that they got to watch and pray, okay? That they got to repent. They don't consider that they're the Israelites, man. And that's not just talking about our people here in the Western Hemisphere, man. That's talking about our people in Africa. That's talking about our people in Europe, our people in Russia, our people in the Middle East, our people in China, our people are in Australia, our people in the Pacific Islands, our people in Vietnam, our people in Indonesia and Japan scattered abroad, man. They don't consider, man. They don't consider, man, and that's the problem with our people, man. Our people reject knowledge, man. Our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, man. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, the Lord shall also reject thee, man.
Right.
You don't want that to happen, man. When the Most High reject your ass, man, it's not the same as in when you go to a job and you apply for a job and they reject your application, man. Or when you apply for college and they reject you, man. Or when you're trying to get at this bitch and she reject you, it's not the same, man. Because you can always go to another job. You can always go to another school. You can always find another way of work, another income. You can always find another bitch. There's plenty of pussy in the sea, okay? But when the Most High reject you, man, that's a problem, man. Because then that means that he's not going to be there to protect you, man. When you cry unto him, when you praying unto him, when you begging him to save you, he's not going to listen to you, man. And he's going to bring your fear and your dread upon you, man. And he has plenty of ways to do it, man. He can prolong your suffering, man.